Hey, what's up? Clay here with Clay Jarvis Guitar. In this video, I've got a few tips for you on restringing your guitar and a few things that are important and it's going to help the guitar to play well and stay in tune better. Let's start off by taking my guitar with all the strings on it. We're going to need some guitar strings. So I'm going to go ahead and tear into these and get these strings ready. And so we're going to need some cutters, a string winder, and a towel. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to unwind all the strings. Now I like to leave the top E string in place because the guitar is already in tune, and that top E string I can just kind of leave it as kind of like an anchor while I'm doing the rest of the strings. I've got a guy that's been doing my guitar work for lots of years, and so he sets up the guitar and adjusts everything like it needs to be and makes sure everything's the intonation's right, so everything will stay in tune properly and all the notes are true and things like that. But the one thing I do is once I have my guitar set up like I want, and he knows kind of the way I like to have it set up, and then I do change my own strings periodically. So it's very important, and this is something that he showed me how to do as far as changing the strings. And I like to go ahead and just do these 5 strings first. So first thing you're going to do is unwind all the strings and get them down to a point where you can get them all unwound and then cut them. So once we get all the strings unwound, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut them. And what we want to do there is just kind of get the strings out of the way. I'm just going to put each string down here for now. Now the first thing I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to kind of clean the guitar up a little bit. I don't have no fancy polish or anything like that, but I am going to at least just wipe the guitar down just enough to where, since I've got the strings off of it, I can get this area right here, of course the pickups, and just kind of give it a little bit of a wipe down. You know, just try to keep things simple. Try to just clean it up just a little bit. And now I'm ready to throw some strings on. So again, I'm going to bypass the top E string, the 6th string for now. So I'm going to go with starting with the A string. So I'm going to go ahead and put all the strings in place first. So there's my A. Once I have all my strings in place like this right here, I'm going to kind of throw them over to the side, and I'm just going to do one at a time. So I'm going to start off with the A string. Now the key here is you want to take your tuning key and you want to make sure that the hole right here is straight. So we want this hole to be completely straight, and something like that right there. And what I like to do is take my hand and put it under the string right there, then tighten it with my left hand, just kind of give it a little tighten right there. That's my slack that I want to use. And now I want to take this part right here, I want to bend it over fairly strong. I'm going to go under, and now I'm going to bend it back this way. So I went under and then back over. And now the guitar string is kind of in place, but the goal now is to start wrapping it. And once it gets to a point where it's overlapping the other part right there, then I'm going to take this string, this part right here, and just kind of pull it out just a little bit just to make sure it's tight. And now I want to make sure that the string itself is going down the tuning peg, and just keep everything tight with my hand as I'm going, and make sure this is here correctly. And now there we go. So now I've got some tightness here. It's almost like the string has a little bit of a knot right there where it keeps it really tight. which is really important for keeping a guitar in tune. So now I can kind of just tune my guitar, tune my string, because I've already got my E string there. Gonna move that out of the way a little bit, and now I'm ready for the D string. Same thing with the D string, get my hole right there where it's straight. And there we go. Same process, put my hand under the string right there, give it a little tightness with my left hand, bring it over, under, and then back this way. And same process here. Just keep it tight. Let it come around maybe one time right there to where it's kind of tightening itself up there. Make sure that part there is pulled out of the way nice and sweet. Make sure the string goes down, tuning peg. Make sure we're on this part. And there we go. Now for the next string, we're going to do the G string. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go ahead and get my hole lined up straight. Now this time when I go over, I'm going to be going the opposite way. So now this time I'm going to put my hand in there like that. I'm going to go around this way, go up under here, and then back over there. So I went the opposite way. And tuning, I'm going to do it like this right here. Hold my left hand, let my right hand be doing the tuning, be doing the winding, I mean. And same process, just pull this part here out of the way a little bit. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Now I've got all the strings on there. I'm going to do just a little bit of tuning. Just kind of a real quick. And so what I do at this point here is I just want to mess around, kind of bend some strings, maybe play a little bit. Maybe do some scales or just main thing is just to get the strings stretched. Now it should be out of tune quite a bit. And now what I want to do is just basically take each string and just stretch it just a little bit more, like this right here. All I'm doing is just grabbing it lightly and going from the guitar is laying down, I'm going side to side, but if it's like this, I'm going kind of up and down. But I'm doing it just real lightly, just to give it a little bit more of a stretch. Just to help get the guitar strings stretched out a little bit more. And now I'm going to tune it one more time. Starting to stay in tune a little bit. So now I'm ready to go ahead and do my top E string. Same process here. Cut the string, this part right here, unwind this. And we're going to throw the top string on there exact same way. And once again, got my hand right here for kind of a measurement of how much string slack I need. Bend it over one time right there, come underneath, right there, bend it back over, and it's ready to wind. I always want to make sure it starts at the top and then winds its way down. So I'm going to pull this out of the way to where it leaves that really nice and tight. Let the string wind down the tuning peg. Make sure I'm lined up here and everything. And there we go. So now my guitar is completely stringed. And all I really want to do now is just kind of play around with it again. Once again, I'm going to stretch this string out a little bit and stretch all the strings out. And if I'm getting ready for a gig or rehearsal or really anything, I'm going to at least put in 15, maybe 30 minutes worth of just playing on this guitar before I even think about playing live with it or even going to a rehearsal or anything like that. So just to make sure I can get the strings just as stretched out as I can. That way I have less of a chance of the guitar going out of tune frequently. Take that little extra time just to kind of jam with it a little bit. It's already staying in tune a little bit better. So this guitar is ready to go. It's just a matter of playing it just a little bit more, like I said, about 15, 20, 30 minutes worth before I do my next rehearsal or gig or whatever it is. The last step would be take your cutters and cut all of these loose strings off right here to where everything's really nice and clean, and you pretty much got it. I hope this was helpful for you. Hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Be sure and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Tips, tools, strategy, and improv videos. Check out this playlist that's on your screen right now, and we'll see you in the next video.